Well, good evening, everybody. Louise Riley here, and I'm excited to be sharing with you the product of the month on this very, very hot summer's evening. And in the normal way, when the heat is out, there's been a slight challenge with my video camera and the recording. So you will see me kind of looking sideways. I'm looking that way at the moment, but actually my screen is here. So just as I'm introducing myself and getting the product of the month underway, just be aware that I will be kind of looking a little bit sideways, and I'm not being rude, but it's just the way. I don't know why it is, but we've had a few technical challenges this evening with that. But I am excited to be sharing, as you can see on the screen, that the product of the month for this, well, in fact, coming for July, which is tomorrow, that we are going to be looking at Packing Pickings, your smart summer essentials. And it is just 8 o'clock, so let us get the webinar underway. So, as I said, I'm going to have to turn my head sideways so I can see this screen. What we want to do really is concentrate on products that are going to be what we call easy to pack, but also products that are going to be suiting everybody. Because, of course, when we are maybe going away on holiday, even if it is just for a weekend, that one of the challenges is that if there's a group within a family going, that how can we pack smart? Well, the products that we're going to be focusing on are products that are going to be for your skin and also your hair, but also how we can adapt the products that we've got so they can take on more roles than just particularly one role, which is maybe a role that you know that product for. So let's have a look. We're going to have a look at a selection of products, and we know that they have the power of aloe in the products, not all of the products, but the basics of how aloe is something that is adaptable. In fact, aloe vera is known as an adaptogen. And what do we mean by an adaptogen? So aloe vera fits into the category of adaptogenic herbs. And what this means is they have the ability to adapt to their environment. And that's exactly how aloe works, is that when we're looking at the pH of our body, that aloe will adapt to the outside of our body, and the outside of our body likes to be acidic. So when you take your skin, the skin is normally around about 4.5 to 5.5 pH, which is acidic. Everybody's slightly different, so we're not just saying specifically this, but our internal environment likes to be alkaline, which is 7.36. That's how it likes to be. So it adapts to the inside and the outside. So when we're looking at adaptogenic herbs, it's not just the pH, but also the environment that our skin and our body's in as well. So that is why it is so versatile. So let's have a look at the products that we are focusing on this particular product of the month. So start off by looking at sun protection. This is one of our non-negotiable summer essentials. And I want you to start thinking about when we are looking after our skin, it isn't just about being on the beach, because the sun is absolutely everywhere, whether we're on the beach or not. And if we are out and about, even on a cloudy day, whether it is sightseeing, if you are doing outdoor activities away from the beach, if you are climbing, if whatever you're doing, that it is important to look at the protection that we need from UVA and UVB rays. So what are our UVA rays? UVA rays are the aging rays that we get from the sun, and then the UVB are the burning rays. And the UVA, the aging ones, are going to contribute to our skin's aging. So the more that we let our skin be in contact with the aging rays, it is going to increase the amount of wrinkles, fine lines, and also age spots. They're the dark spots that we get on our skin. And often we see them more on the back of our hands because suppose it's just one of those things we don't think about putting sunscreen on our hands on a regular basis. So these are the ones, our hands is the area that seems to get weathered more than anywhere else. And the burning rays are obviously primarily responsible for sunburn. But all year round, protection is important, especially on cloudy days. I used to live in Spain, and it was quite interesting to see when it was the time for a lot of tourists to come, and on a cloudy day, that how many people would be walking around, and you could see who the tourists were because they were kind of, got the new trainers on, and they were kind of looking a little bit pale, and basically very, very easily on a cloudy day, you would see people with their burnt heads, their arms, because thinking, well, the sun's not out, so I don't need to put any sunscreen on. But it's really, really important that we do, and also penetrates glass. So do you wear sunscreen when you are driving your car? Were you wearing sunscreen today, even if you weren't outside in the sun, but you were maybe in your car traveling? And even if you have, you've been sitting near a window, if your desk, if you at work is near a window and the sun's coming in, are you protecting your skin? So actually, we have to think about it all the time. So it's important to look at applying something called SPF, sun protection factor, which you're going to look at in more detail, at least an SPF of 20. Move to the next slide. So let's understand about SPF. What is SPF? So SPF is for sun protection factor, and it measures how well our sunscreen is protecting us against those UVB, the burning rays. As we've already said, why would you look at protecting your skin all year round? It is because that, as we said, cloudy days, up to 80% of the rays are going to penetrate the clouds. When we are looking at the summertime, that has even more importance when you're out and about, because you have a higher intensity of ultraviolet light. And of course, people tend to spend more time outside and getting more exposure to the harmful rays. So it is important, absolutely crucial, to make sure you are getting that protection in place. But I'd like to get you to understand why we have to look at the SPF and the amount of the SPF, what it means, because people may be getting a misunderstanding of why you would go for a 20 or a 30 or 50, or what indeed does it mean. So SPF, the more important thing about SPF is the duration of time it's going to protect you, not just looking at the strength. So what is this misconception that people have? Basically, the misconception is that if you are using an SPF, let's say 30 compared to a 20, it is going to give you more protection than if you're wearing a 20, or a 50 is going to give you more protection than a 30. In fact, that is not how it works. If you're looking at a difference of protection from a 20 to a 30 and a 30 to a 50, it's approximately 1% between each one. So it's not doubling up or tripling up that some people may think. And why is that? It's because the key is to look at the amount of time. So how does that work? So if you look at an SPF 20, it means in theory that it's going to give you 20 times longer, more protection than if you weren't wearing any sunscreen at all. So how do you know that's going to work for you? Everybody's different. When you're sitting out in the sun, and today has been a day that is very, very hot and sunny, that if you're sitting out and you start to notice that you're feeling the effects of sun on your skin after 20 minutes, it means that if you're using an SPF 20, you take your 20 and you times it by 20. If you're using an SPF 30, you take your 20 minutes and you times it by 30. So if you are using an SPF 20 and you start to notice the effects of the sun on your skin after 20 minutes, 20 times 20 is 400 minutes protection. If you were then looking at 30, that's 600 minutes. So that is 10 hours protection. Okay, so it's not giving you more protection, it's going to give you longer protection. But having said that, you've also got to think that it's not about putting it on, let's say, at 9 o'clock in the morning and thinking, oh, I'm going to be outside now, I've got 400 minutes. Yes, that's plenty of time because I'm only going to be outside for 4 hours. Oh, that's absolutely fine. No, it isn't. Because what can happen is you are going to get that product will be broken down. Why will it broken down? Because you are sweating. There's heat, there's water, and also friction. Okay. So if you put it on your hands, you're washing your hands. If you've got it on your body, there can be friction from whatever you're wearing. And also we said the heat and the sweat is going to break it down. So the key, it doesn't matter if it's a 20 or a 30 or a 50, it's to reapply, 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 and reapply. And that is every 2 hours, especially during prolonged sun exposure. So if you're just out and about, if you have been out and about today, and maybe it's been a hot day today and you haven't been out and about and exposure for a long period of time, but you've been sitting having a coffee when it was a bit cooler, and then you've walked around and then you've gone and sat and had a cool drink later, then it would be really important that you would have reapplied it 2 hours after the first time that you put it on. Now, you may be thinking that if you're a lady and you're wearing cosmetics, wearing makeup, then how can you do that if you've gone and put your sunscreen on and then you put some foundation over the top? Very, very simple. All you need to do is to take the product and then to mix it in with your foundation, and then you can keep topping up. So that is the important thing to understand about an SPF. And people will ask me, why is it that Forever don't do an SPF 50? Because the difference between protection from a 30 to a 50 is about 1%. But the key has always been to reapply. You have to reapply where it's a 30 or a 50. And if you're doing that on a regular basis, you will get the protection from UVBs and UVAs. Okay, so we're talking about protection, and that leads us in very, very nicely to the first product that I want to talk about. And that is our Forever Protecting Day Lotion. So this is one of the products of the month. And we're going to talk about this product in a little bit more detail to understand. And that is, first of all, it is a broad spectrum protection. So what that means is that it will protect you against UVA and UVB rays. Okay, so when you're looking for protection, you want the protection against both. It has been designed so that it is going to protect, but it's going to attract a water, so it's going to help with hydration and also moisturization. And it will help to keep your skin soft and smooth and nourished throughout the day. It is going to shield your skin from the environment, and unlike some maybe sunscreens that you use, especially if you're using something on your face, this has been specifically designed for your face. It's a facial product, that it is not going to leave a sticky feeling to your face. It is free from something called titanium dioxide. Now, there's nothing wrong with titanium dioxide. Titanium dioxide is a mineral, and you find titanium dioxide and zinc oxide are two minerals that you find in mineral-based sunscreens, SPFs. And this is a mineral-based one. But the difference is when people say, oh, I can't use mineral-based ones because they make my skin really, really white. The whiteness tends to come from the titanium dioxide more than the zinc oxide. So it is a product that does not leave a high amount of white residue on your skin. It is a perfect makeup base, and I absolutely love it. I use this product every day, whether it is the spring, summer, autumn, winter. I would always put into my bag an SPF protector. It is the first thing that would go in my bag if I am looking at packing light. Yeah. So most definitely, this is your go-to product, whether you're a man or a woman, to use this product to look after your skin. So with all of that said, some of the key ingredients, then we have the aloe vera in there, which is providing some really deep hydration, and it's very, very soothing. And then we have the zinc oxide. So how mineral sun filters work, that they will reflect away the harmful rays. And we don't want the harmful rays to enter into our skin. So the key to this is that the zinc oxide, and it is non-nano. What does that mean? It means that the particles are not really, really tiny, so they're going to be absorbed into the skin. They are big enough to sit on the surface of the skin and to do the job to reflect away those harmful rays, which is obviously what we want. And if you are using a sunscreen that is not mineral-based, how those ones work, those sunscreen ingredients, those chemical ingredients, they will, the harmful rays go into the skin, and then they're breaking down the harmful rays within your skin. So that's the difference between them. So that is why I personally would always go for a mineral-based sunscreen. And then we've also got the addition of white tea extract in there, which is also going to support the skin and protect from free radical damage. And free radical damage is what comes from the sunlight. So let me just move on to the next slide. There we go. Now, it can be that maybe you have just been caught out in the sun. So whatever you happen to be doing. So we're going to now introduce you to one of our classic products, and that is our aloe vera jelly. Well, this is the first thing that you would reach for in your bag if you just need to look after your skin, if you have had any kind of challenge. So burns, bites, stings, cuts, bruises, scratches, abrasions, the list is absolutely endless. And I have an aloe vera jelly in my fridge at home, especially in the summer, because there is nothing better than putting on cooling, soothing aloe vera onto your sensitive skin. So it is going to soothe and calm your skin. It is also going to attract moisture, but it is going to get into your skin very, very quickly. And that is because aloe has an ingredient called lignin. And lignin is a natural ingredient that you get in plants. And with this lignin, it helps to carry things down further than just sitting on the surface of the skin. And so we want things to go further than just sitting on the surface of our skin. So this is so versatile. Packing it into your bag, as you can see, there's two guys here out and about, and they are they're on a river. They're out having a bit of time out and about in the environment where they may get insect bites. There may be mosquitoes around. And if you've got this product, you know that anything of irritation, you can literally put this onto your skin. But you can also use it if you want to, as I know people that have darker skin absolutely love this, to be used as a moisturizing product. Why? Because if your skin is a little bit shinier, it will actually cut the shine from your skin, especially if your skin is a little bit oily. So I do know people that love to use it as their moisturizing product. But then also you can use it for if you're getting razor burn, or if you're getting ingrowing hairs, especially if you have darker hair. And when you have if you have white skin, the hair, if from shaving, grows out mostly straight. If you have dark skin, black skin, the hair will grow more curly, and it's easier for the hair in the beard to kind of get an ingrowing hair. So it's really, really good if to treat that as well. But also you can use it to calm irritated scalp problems, even on the tiniest child. And a fantastic hydrating hair gel. I know people that will use it just on its own as a hair gel, but also I know people who want to have a softer hair gel, which is more like a hair wax, will combine a little bit of the hair gel with our jelly with the aloe propolis cream. Hey, you can use these products. They're so versatile. There's no hard and fast rules. So try and experiment for yourself. So what are the main ingredients here? We have our 100% stabilized aloe vera in a leaf gel. So that is our cosmetic aloe, with all the wonderful soothing benefits. It has vitamin E, tocopherol, which is a natural antioxidant, which is going to help to nourish and protect the skin. And then we have allantoin. Allantoin is a botanical, and it's a humectant. So it also helps to attract and keep moisture there. And so it has very, very soothing as well as nourishing properties. So you would not want to go away without the friend of the so versatile aloe vera jelly. Now, why Forever Marine Collagen? Well, you can see that the marine collagen comes in sachets. And what does that mean? Well, first of all, if we're focusing on our skin and our hair while we're away, why would you stop taking something that is going to support your skin health, your nails, your skin, your hair, your nails, but it has a lot more in it than just thinking about it as collagen? Because what is great about the product is that it is pure protein. Collagen is pure protein, and protein is so important for so many different things within your body. So I also like the fact that you are taking protein, and protein, we know, is important for your immune health. We also know that this is a liquid supplement which you can take away with you, where you're getting extra nutrients in there. So if you want to cut down a little bit on what you're taking maybe as your supplement support while you're away, well, think about it. You're getting some protein, you're getting vitamin C, you're getting vitamin B7 biotin, you're getting zinc, and also you're getting a whole powerful mix of botanicals. So just on its own, it's a liquid supplement that is great to take just to top up some of your important vitamins and minerals while you are away. However, we know that our skin and our hair is going to be exposed when you're out and about to more of the environmental stressors. So this is absolutely important to keep feeding and protecting on a day-to-day basis, even when you're away. We know that the importance of our Forever Marine Collagen is that it's going to support our skin's elasticity, as also focusing on the firmness. So the focus is specifically on stimulating natural collagen production, which is going to support the appearance of our skin. So what do we mean by that? Well, when we're looking at our collagen product, we don't just look at it as giving our body collagen. As I've already mentioned, you have a whole array of other important ingredients in there. And when you're taking a collagen supplement, don't just focus on the collagen. It's important to make sure that you are giving your body other ingredients that are going to stimulate or nudge the body to keep making the collagen that it needs to make anyway. From our mid-20s, from about 25, that these little factories that we have all around our body, which are called fibroblasts, the fibroblasts are there and they manufacture collagen, elastin, and hyaluronic acid. However, from our mid-20s, they start to become a bit lazy from producing all of these things, and the production drops by about 1 to 2% a year. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that, yes, if we're taking a collagen supplement, we're giving our body some collagen, but we're not giving our body too much collagen, so it becomes lazier and thinks, I don't have to really make very much anymore because, hey, there's a supplement being supplied every day giving collagen. So what we do is we provide the collagen, but also provide a whole array of nutrients and botanicals that is going to give our body, or those little fibroblasts, what those fibroblasts needs as food to stimulate the little fibroblasts and the energy to keep making the collagen. So we have a whole array of ingredients in there. So we know it's going to help with our skin and our hair and our nails. It's a responsibly sourced form of tilapia fish, and tilapia fish is it's a freshwater fish, but also we make sure that it's responsibly sourced, so we're not interfering with the environment. A lot of people will worry about that, so absolutely not at all. In fact, I just got some information here that I always just wanted to read out so I didn't forget it. So let me just read this out to you so I don't get it wrong. So when we're looking at the responsibly sourced, it is actually worldwide fish that is collected, then it is sent to Italy. And then when it's in Italy, it is processed using important chemical-free extraction methods to get the collagen. And it is under the guidance of important local health departments. And that the facility that it is extracted from is certified in accordance with the Marine Stewardship Council chain of custody standards. That's why I needed to read it off the piece of paper, because I couldn't remember all of that. So if people are asking that information, you can pass that on. If you want to get any more information about frequently asked questions about the Forever Marine Collagen, all you need to do is visit foreverliving.com, log in. Then once you've logged in, go to the tools section at the top on one of the tabs, open up where it says product information, click on that, scroll down till you find information about collagen, and there's lots of information there, including the information that I've just shared with you, okay? And a lot more on top of that, but I'm not doing a training today all about collagen. Now, the next product is our Nourishing Hair Oil, another product that I absolutely adore. And this product is so amazing for your hair, but it is also multi-purpose. We know that when we are out and about and we are maybe swimming, maybe in the sun more, maybe just out and about, and our hair is getting in touch, in contact, I should say, with the environment, even down to the fact of just being out more than you normally would. And hey, we do get summer showers. If you are out and about and holidaying in the UK or Ireland, then, you know, we do know what our weather is like, and you can get rained on. So all of these different environmental stresses can have an effect on our hair. But don't think about this product just for the hair that's on your head. Think about if you are a guy and you have facial hair, how you can use the product there as well. So let's just think about what kind of things do we want to be able to support our hair when we are on holiday. Well, I'm going to talk now as a woman. As you can see, I have long hair and my hair is naturally curly. One of the biggest challenges that I have when I go away is humidity. And my hair, I can literally see my hair getting bigger and bigger and bigger as the curl starts to come back. What I've found since I've been using this nourishing hair oil, because it is a blend of dry oils, and dry oils are lightweight, they're not going to be heavy on the head and pull them down, but it will stop my hair from frizzing. It will stop my hair from getting flyaway hairs. It controls my hair, but also is that it will feed the hair, and it will, because when your hair is heat or environmental stresses, when you look at your hair shaft will open up, the heat will open up. If you can get the nourishing hair oil in, it would be absorbed quickly into the hair on the hair shaft that is now standing up, and so it is going to moisturize and it's going to calm the hair down. So it's the frizz and the flyaway hairs, but the smell is amazing. Also, your hair is given the most beautiful, healthy shine, and it feels great with a wonderful smell as well. If you're somebody that uses heat on your hair, so it can be a hairdryer, it can be hair straighteners, all the different things that we can use now, it is also going to protect against heat, the heat. And obviously, if we're out and about in the summer, it's also going to support the fact that your hair is in more heat than normal. And it is easy to apply. So what I do when my hair has been washed, freshly washed, I will apply it to my damp hair. The most important thing is not to overuse the amount of oil. This nourishing hair oil will last and last and last. So what you do is you literally take the hair oil, and you can see the little dropper that the guy's got there, that literally you would have 4 drops. Yeah. Now I've got a lot of hair, so I take 4 drops and I put it into my hair. I start by just literally doing this, and then I spread it through my hair that side, and then I do 4 the other side. Now I've got a lot of hair, but start with about 4 and see how you get on. Always think about the product is for the mid-length to the ends, and then once you have styled your hair, literally what I do, I put a little bit more in my fingers and I just literally style it to the ends as well, so it keeps your hair looking great. But it's also a beard's best friend. So it is because it contains all these wonderful oils, but also it has aloe vera, and these oils and aloe do have nutrients in them. So you can massage it into your facial hair. And we know that our skin behind our facial hair is probably not being looked after as well as we'd like to. So you can massage it a little bit in to your skins to make sure that your skin that is beneath your beard is actually going to get some nourishment as well. So you can see a whole array of the oils that we have in there for you, and the roles that they all have. Okay, so just to finish off then, just as a bit of a recap, when we're thinking about the 4 products that we can put into our suitcase, whatever bag that you are taking, please remember that the Protecting Day Lotion, the Nourishing Hair Oil, and the Forever Marine Collagen, those are products that you can put into your hand luggage because they're all under 100 mils. The aloe vera jelly, you can't put it into your hand luggage because it is just slightly over 100 mils, but just be aware of that. But if you are being able to pop those products into your cabin bag, if you are obviously traveling on a plane. But if you are camping, if you're going cycling, if you are going doing all outdoor activities and sports through the summer, then please remember to pop these 4 products in your bag. Your Forever Aloe Jelly for soothing your skin. the marine collagen to support your skin, hair and nails from the inside out, the nourishing hair oil to support your hair so it's shiny and it's smooth and it is frizz free, which is absolutely perfect, and the protecting day lotion. It glides onto your skin and it's going to give you an SPF protection of 20, but remember to reapply, reapply, reapply. And that just leaves me to wish you all having a fantastic summer, whatever you are up to. Enjoy your holidays, travel light, and let Forever's products take care of your summer skin and hair. Thank you very much for tuning in. And I look forward to getting some feedback from you about how you're getting on with the products. So have a good evening, everybody, and I look forward to catching up with you all very, very soon.